You people might be wondering, is it necessary for me to read this narration over and 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 over? Stop! 10 seconds! Ha! New record! Again? Yes. If you watch Gundam, you'll know that they do little narrations like this at the beginning of a lot of the episodes. Over the night side. Universal Colony, year 118. A time where the endless waltz of history continues unabated. Let us go back to 1 year to UCY 117. The Empire of Thalos declares war on all neighboring star systems and the dozens of space and planetary colonies within them. Empire's military power is at equal strength with each government they are at war with, so they are caught in a stalemate. However, halfway to the UCY 117, the Empire acquired a new weapon whose name would be heard throughout the future: mobile suits. These new devices smash through any and all resistance. The Empire now controls 95% of the area. We now return to UCY 118. Aram Hastra has been sent into space to handle problems with the Empire. Mariana stood up on her transport ship, which was now docked with Carcax's space station. She looked over at Canella Marsart, who had been sitting opposite from her. Cows are telling me I could get you your own custom mobile suit. No thank you, Your Majesty. I must make preparations for storage of whatever mobile suit you decide upon. Very well. Mariana walked off, several of her guards accompanying her. Aram looked up, his breathing slow and detached. He looked at the external camera before laying his head down again, seeing that Thalos was beginning to darken in front of him. He clicked on a button on his communications console. Well, I see Thalos had just ordered a night cycle, which happens once a year. The planet's blocked from sunlight for a whole month. Too bad I had a power leak, or I might actually be able to live to see the end of the night cycle. Aram sighed as he saw he only had 2 minutes of air left. Well, I guess it's only one thing left to do. Aram took a cigarette in his mouth and lit it, inhaling the smoke and letting it out with a smile. Guess the whole enclosed oxygen doesn't matter now, does it? He laughed a little, seeing his air supply drop down to 30 seconds. Jennifer, I'm sorry. Aram closed his eyes and glanced onto the console as the last of his air disappeared. Arsenal's power was gone, and he was inside the gravity well. The Gundam began to fall, head first, into the atmosphere of Thalos. The outer skin heated up, turning a bright red. All of a sudden, a metallic purple tentacle wrapped itself around Arsenal's leg and pulled, the tentacle being attached to the wrist of a white mobile suit. The mobile suit's engines lit up, sending it away from the planet with the Arsenal in tow. Aram woke up as the small water drops fell into his head. It felt cold against his skin, and he once shifted his face away from the dripping water. Aram opened his eyes, realizing he was upon a soft mattress. He sat up, looking at the surroundings around him. It was a small metal room, about 12 by 12 feet area. A man walked in the doorway, carrying a tray with food on it. He had long blonde hair and stood very tall. Good morning. Where am I? The planet's third moon. It was the closest. It had a breathable atmosphere. How'd you save me? The man pointed his finger out the window. Standing outside in the plains was the mobile suit that had saved him earlier. It was the Tallgeese 3. Aram gasped and leapt out of bed and made a kung fu pose. Problems. I like the Tallgeese, Trixie. I really do. It's the prototype. It's the thing that all the Gundams are based off of. It's a classic suit. I love Trace's model. It's just that I associate sex with the Epion. The Epion is a classic. It's a great Gundam. Hell, last year, my little brother personally bought me a model kit for the Epion for me to make. It's one of my favorite model kits to have made, even though it was really hard to do, but I put a lot of effort into creating it. And the Epion would show up in Super Robot Wars. Okay, Server Maria. Prepare to get your ass wiped. Kia! The man blinked at Aram and tilted his head in surprise. Murray, what? It was Aram's turn to be surprised. His eyes wide and stared at the man. Mariana, you know, ruler of Zillion Empire, Colony Reaper. The man put his tray of food on the ground and sat down in a nearby chair, resting his head on the hands in deep thought. I know nothing of the land I am in now. The last thing I remember before ending up here was starting out the first phase of the terraforming project on Earth. There was this bright light that engulfed me. I could still hear Noin scream, and then I was here. Okay, so is Noin kidnapped? You're a crazy man. Really. I was just about to say the same thing to you. Did you even try to go out and repair that power leak to your Gundam? Iron blinked and smacked himself in the head. I knew there was something I had to do. Say, what's your name anyway? Sex. Sex Marquise. Where's Earth? Hi, Sex. Sex my favorite Char clone. You said you were in the Thelonian Empire. I know we're definitely not over Earth now, so where is it? I've never heard of a planet called Earth. Sex's eyes got wide. Then they returned to normal, once again returning to his thoughts. So strange. Iron rolled his eyes and reached to his pocket, stuck a cigarette in his mouth. Weirdo. Arm and Sex watched across the plains, Arm for once admiring the beauty of the environment. The third moon of Phalos was declared by the Empress to be too beautiful to disturb, so there weren't military, colony, or mining bases on it. Barely anyone lived there because of fear that the natural order would be disturbed. So the area of the two water was uninhabited. Blue-green glass floated over the area, with different kinds of trees scattered about. A wonderful blue sky hung over them. Thales itself was quite visible in the sky. Iron and Sex stopped when they reached the arsenal. It was laying on its back in the field, with its arms behind its head, right? One knee lifted. I repaired the power leak and begun charging the power packs. You should be good to go in about a day or two. As for your weapon systems, you're going to have to handle that on your own. I'll make a signal to MG-116 to ask for restock on ammunition. Where did you get a Gundam like this? It doesn't even seem to be a Gundam, just shaped like one. You know, Sex, there once at a time when I say, well, as long as it's got a V-Vin and looks like a samurai armor, I'd be okay. Then I met Turn A Gundam. And then Z-Kooks came out, which I eagerly wait to watch. What do you mean? Well, my Gundam is made out of Gundam alloy, whereas yours seems to be some stronger form of titanium. Luna Titanium was what the database called it. Gundam alloy? What's that? Well, where I come from, that's what makes a Gundam a Gundam. Well, you know, Luna Titanium and Gundam are kind of the same. The alloy enhances the strength and power of the Gundam. Your Gundam just seems to be an overly powered mobile suit. Hey, Arsenal could whoop your freaking ass any day of the week. Hey, wait a minute. Arm ran over to the cockpit of Arsenal, pulling over the emergency lever, leaving Sex behind for a moment. Before he began walking over to him, Aaron jumped down to the cockpit and turned Arsenal's main sensors on, aiming them at the tall geese. Aaron looked at the readings that he got and was taken aback. Sex led them up to Arsenal, looking down at Aaron in the cockpit. What are you doing? Scanning your Gundam, and I was right. Your Gundam was made out of the same materials as the Gundam we fought at Questal. What are you talking about? A couple of weeks ago, the air pilots and I staged a siege against the primary city of the Empire known as Questal. It was going to be relatively well until the Green Gundam showed up and wasted us. It was made of this alloy we couldn't identify. Here, let me bring out the camera record. Iron typed in the commands, and the main screen showed the image of the Ultron Gundam's first appearance, and how it fought Gallant brightly. Sex gasped, Wolfei. Who? Sex narrowed his eyes and examined the record closer. No, it's not Wolfei. The pilot of the Ultron has a completely different fighting style than Wolfei. Whoever's piloting the Ultron is pretty good, though. Forward piloting, Eminem went back to Questal a few days later and destroyed it. Aaron began thinking a little more. You know, it actually took a lot to defeat a Gundam like that. You said your Gundam was made out of the same material? Yes. Aaron snapped his fingers. Of course. What? We can stage a crippling blow to the Empire. How? One of the primary reasons we can't destroy the Empire is because their primary base of operations, Palace Marina, so heavily fortified we can't get close to it enough to attack it without her mega particle cannons vaporizing us before we got there. But Gundam like yours, with that Gundanium, whatever. But Gundam like yours can destroy the cannons and give us a chance to finally bring down the Empire. It's an interesting idea. Alright, I'll make you a deal. I'll help you and your allies take out the Empire. And you help me discover where I am and how I got here. It's a deal. And probably look for 9. And your 2 kids. No. We agreed. No frozen teardrop mentions. But Trixie, the frozen teardrop has such cool Gundam designs. Yes, but the plot is bad. Yeah, and Trixie, I think we're going to go too far into being Gundam fans here to keep the audience's attention, so let's just stop here. Trixie agrees.